Good Erev Shabbos. Better reception. Hold on. All right, we're rolling. Good Erev Shabbos, everybody. As I get ready to spend a little time away from the Bayit over the next couple of weeks, I'm recording here in the Bayit just to have a few extra moments in our precious Beit Knesset, and looking forward to spending this Shabbat with you at our Bayit for those who are able to be there. A special Shabbat, Shabbat Vaetchanan, Shabbat Nachamu, Mazal Tov to Eden Loser on her becoming a bat mitzvah, and to the whole family. Hope to be together here. A little thought about learning by sight, the Torah of looking. In the beginning of this week's parasha, when Moshe recounts supplicating God for the opportunity to go into the land, and that request not being answered in the way he would have wanted, he recounts God giving him a particular instruction. Al tosef daber elai od badavar hazeh. Moshe, don't speak to me anymore about this matter. And immediately then God gives another instruction, a positive, affirming instruction. Ale rosh hapiska v'sa einecha Yama v'tzafona v'teimana u'mizracha ur'ei ve'einecha. Indeed, you won't cross into this land. Indeed, in a few moments, you'll charge Yehoshua to be your successor. But before that, when there's nothing left to say, there's still something to see. Go up on the mountain and look at the land. This wasn't a tantalizing punishment. This was a gift, a reminder to Moshe that when he couldn't cross in, he could still behold. He could still connect. He could still learn about the land he longed for by looking. There's a lot to learn about by looking. And so it struck me that just a few psukim later, when Moshe says, "Therefore, Bnei Yisrael," and launches into his ultimate speech, the heart of Sefer Dvarim, after essentially saying, I'm not going to be able to go into the land with you, so here are all the things I need you to know when you go into the land, so that you'll be able to be successful in the land. One of the first things Moshe says about the Torah is, Lo tosifu al hadavar asher anochi mitzaveh etchem. Don't add on to the thing which I'm commanding you. Exact same language as al tosef daber. What God had said to him, don't speak anymore. Moshe says, Lo tosifu al hadavar. Don't add on to the words of the Torah. Of course, we add on by explanation, by interpretation, by application, but we also recognize our limitations. There's something we actually can't cross into, a certain level of the completion, the perfection, the wholeness of the Torah as it is. But what can we do when we can't add on? Moshe goes on in the very next pasuk and says, Einechem haroot, your eyes have seen that which God has done for you. And so if you cling to God, you're alive today. And then in the very next pasuk, Re'ei limadati etchem, chukim u'mishpatim kasher tzivani Hashem Elokai. Look, see, I have taught you all these mitzvot. When you can't speak anymore, when you can't add on to the thing, you can connect and learn by looking. So Moshe tells them not just to hear the commandments, but to look at them. Sometimes we connect after all is said and done by looking. There's a certain kind of layer of learning and connection that comes just from visual perception, from stillness and quiet and looking around a space, taking in its dimensions, its colors, its light, its architecture, its details, absorbing, looking, growing, and learning from what we see. My bracha for us this Shabbat, Shabbat Vaetchanan, Shabbat Nachamu. Yes, sometimes the comfort comes from looking at a picture of a loved one, even as it evokes the sadness that we can't connect to them anymore if they've passed. But we learn something new just by gazing, seeing, and connecting. So my bracha for us this Shabbat is that we appreciate the beauty and the wholeness of things that are full and complete that we might not be able to add on to or change, but that we not think that our relationship with them ends there. We continue to learn by looking, by seeing, by taking in that which our eyes grasp in a way that no other part of us sometimes can grasp. Shabbat Shalom.